Cositas. Today we're gonna do a tinted moisturizer wear test. You guys know I've been shopping on the Ipsy shops lately and I've snagged items here and there to try. I really liked the balm, what is it called? The Antidote Concealer. I liked it for all over the face. I went back on and I found that they have a tinted moisturizer. I'm hoping this is the right color. I'm pretty excited. I'm wondering how this is gonna hold up in this humid heat here in Florida. I'm gonna give you guys full-on details. We're gonna go ahead and apply her. We're gonna try her out throughout the day. You guys are going to get updates every few hours and I'm gonna let you know whether or not it's going to stand a chance, whether or not I like it, and what skin types this would work for versus the ones that should stay away from this. The balm happens to be a brand that is not necessarily super hyped and doesn't get a lot of credit. So anytime I see it featured in a beauty box and or is highlighted by anyone, it makes me really excited. I actually really like their eyeshadows. Their highlighters and bronzers are really nice too. All right, you guys, so let's get into the nitty gritty. I am on my phone right about now. I'm searching them online. I see Lovely Skin is a retailer where you can snag this product. Amazon, iHerb, and Forever 21, and of course thebalmcosmetics.com. That is exactly where we're going to go. This baby retails for $24. I got it off of the Ipsy shops for just $12. This tinted moisturizer is available in 12 shades. If it was a regular foundation, I would probably tell you that they need to expand their color range, and that might still be a fact even though it is a tinted moisturizer. I kind of want to see what the coverage is and how forgiving this could be, because what if it's not fully pigmented and it's very sheer and or lightweight? Then maybe one specific shade could work for a ton of different complexions. So that is yet to be seen. And the details say every respectable beauty selfie should start with even skin and build from there. Don't worry, we've got you covered. Antidote's tinted moisturizer is a clean formula that features bioretinol, a natural ingredient that is known to mimic the visible line reducing effects of retinol. Soothing muru seed butter and antioxidant vitamins A and C not only evens out and hydrates your skin, it arrives in a post-consumer recycled tube to help protect you and the planet against free radicals. And on their website, they do list every single ingredient. I'm gonna tell you right now, if you can't do coconut, avoid this, because one of them is coconut alkanes. I don't know what that is, but I see coconut on here more than once, so you might be very careful. Now, when it comes to the hot pepper, meaning how hot is this product, on the Balm website, it is a 4.9 out of 5 hot peppers. So they don't fully have like a full on 5 stars, but they're almost there technically. 104 people give it 5 stars, 9 people give it 4 stars, 3 people give it 3 stars, and then no one's giving it 2 stars or 1 star. So that's a really good thing. Now, verified buyer Megan, which is like the very first reviewer here, is giving it a 10 out of 10. This was just 13 hours ago. And it says, disperses evenly and lasts all day. And her age ranges between 25 and 34. Kathleen gives it a full-on 5 peppers and says this is an excellent product. I love the tinted moisturizer. It covers well. It gives me a nice hint of color. I'm glad I received this product. And she is aged 55 to 64. And then the third one, I'm not gonna go through all of them, but you know. The third one is also giving it 5 full-on peppers. It says very smoothing. I love this makeup. First time in a long time I've liked a foundation. I will be purchasing again. And this person is also age ranged between 55 and 64. That is freaking awesome. I ended up snagging shade number 30. That is what it's gonna look like. Listen, I don't know if that's gonna work for me or not, but I am pretty excited to find out. As per usual, we are going to use 2 different tools. I'm gonna do a sponge on one side and a brush on the other. And then we also like to give product a really good shot. So I'm gonna use my Cover FX Water Cloud Primer. I'm not gonna overdo it. This is not going to change the finish. It is not gripping, it is not luminous, and it is not a pore filling. This is just going to create a barrier between my skin and the product. Here's the little applicator, which I don't mind because I can go ahead and kind of do one of these and drag it on my skin. Here is shade 30. Looking at the packaging itself, like the little clear window area, to me it looks darker in the packaging than once you squeeze it out. I was a little nervous, but I think we're okay. I think this color's gonna work. Oh goodness, I'm gonna drag some on the skin. I'm gonna pick up whatever's left, remove the big hoop, And I'm gonna start patting the product onto the skin. Oh gosh, onto the skin. It doesn't smell like anything. I forgot to tell you guys that. I tend to smell everything here. Smells like nothing. I think it's a really nice match. I'm gonna go ahead and cover my eyes completely. Why not? All right, you guys, this is the sponge side. I literally have nothing here other than the primer. Definitely balances out the skin. You don't see as much redness. It has a tint of color, so there's definitely pigment, but it's not super heavy. So you're not gonna get a full-on coverage out of this. It feels slightly hydrating on the skin, and you can see my freckles. See, I have little freckles here, and I have freckles here. Hope my head is not crooked. This is what it's going to look like, nothing. And if you were to go ahead and apply it with a damp beauty sponge. Now we're gonna go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. I don't want it to like fart on me again, hold on. Sometimes when it catches air and it does that, what it'll do is, it'll like puff and then it'll drip everywhere, which is frustrating. I'm gonna go ahead and use a little kabuki brush. This one is by Rose Ink, and I'm going to tap this into the skin as well. Okay, I'm already noticing a difference. It is so odd. Typically, a beauty sponge gives you a lighter coverage. Beauty sponges may absorb some of the product, not all of it, but just a little bit. So you'll get a lighter, more even, more airbrushed finish, which is beautiful, and it won't look as heavy. You have more balanced coverage, and that's that, right? With a brush, you typically have more coverage. In this case, it is complete opposite. I have more coverage on the sponge side. Did it balance out the skin? Absolutely. It balanced out the skin, but I still see some pink and some red around here, this area here is still pink and red, and I applied the same amount of the foundation. I did 2 lines because remember I had some left on the back of the hand where I went like this with the sponge. So I needed to like be fair and just make sure I added a little more than just the 1 line. I got my hair out of my face so that I could really look at this. So far I like the sponge side better. Now it's the moment of truth. I'm gonna kind of tap my face. I want to see how it's going to set. The sponge side feels slightly tacky. Almost like if I applied a serum, and so does the brush side. They feel the same. Almost like you applied your skincare and you just kind of let it sit. I think I want to see if we can build this. Remember, tinted moisturizers, in essence, a lighter version of a foundation. And if you don't have tinted moisturizers, but you have a foundation that you are obsessed with, take 1 pump of that foundation and a very small amount of your favorite moisturizer, mix those 2 together and apply that on the skin. Basically does the same thing. Kind of blend. I want to see if it adds more coverage if I apply a little more. And if it gets tackier, if it sets the same. Okay, I'm looking at myself in the mirror. It builds, but I still think the sponge side looks so much better. It just looks way more even and flawless. Still looks airbrushed. And then on this side, I still have pinkness here. It built well. So it still looks very natural. Even though I applied a second layer, you can still see my freckles. A little less, but you can still see them. It is 9:24 a.m. I'm gonna finish the rest of my face and I will be right back. Really quickly, I just powdered my under eye and my chin. I'm gonna powder my T-zone, but I wanna let you guys know it feels the same, almost like if I applied skincare and just left it there. So it's not super tacky and wet feeling on the skin, but it doesn't dry to a powder finish. All right, you guys, my makeup is on now. You already know that when I do foundation wear tests, I like to put formulas to the test. So I've tried different formulas and finishes on the skin. For the eyebrows, I changed it up because, girl, the humidity, right? So I ended up using the Brow Pomade by Benefit Cosmetics. Mine is in number 5. It is warm black brown. My lippy is an Urban Decay Lip Bond. This one is in OG Backtop. I applied the Glowish Concealer. This one is in Tan Light 07 under the eyes. I didn't overpack it either. I applied a little bit on the inner corner and blended that out. I applied just a very small amount of the Brightening Banana Powder by Ofra Cosmetics. I pat some under the eye, on my T-zone, on my nose, and on my chin. Even though I didn't apply concealer on the T-zone, nose, and the chin, I still wanted to apply a little bit of powder because the tinted moisturizer was still tacky. And I'm going to tell you at the end whether or not it's still tacky or not, but just kind of wanted to tell you what I applied in the skin. And then to bronze, I went in with my Hoola by Benefit, and then the blush, I went very, very lightweight, and I went with the Iconic London Trio that I got in Ipsy's Icon box. I skipped on eyeshadow because I wanted to keep the eye as neutral as possible, and then I went in with the Impress Press-Ons by Kissed, and I only have like 3 of them, and they're like, you just press them on, no glue, and they're good to go. So that's all that's on my skin right now. I'm gonna go ahead and kind of do one of these. So wherever I applied powder, obviously the powder set the tinted moisturizer, so it doesn't feel tacky there. But wherever I didn't set, like in these areas here and here, it feels slightly tacky. And this is where I applied my blush, so if I go like this, it feels slightly tacky. Other than that, it doesn't feel uncomfortable tacky, and it doesn't feel like it's gonna shift and move around throughout the day, but only time will tell. Right now, it is 9:46 a.m. This is what the skin is looking like. Let's see what this is gonna look like in a few hours. Here is a follow-up. It is 2:55 p.m. 99 degrees. Oh my goodness. So you're gonna hear noise in the background. The AC is on, girl. There's no way I could be without AC. I am dying. We have the AC and it's still humid, hot. So it's 99 degrees outside, but it feels like 117. Girl, I am so ready to take this off and jump in the pool, but we're not gonna do that because I told you guys we're gonna do a full-on wear test. So I am doing school hiccup. It's the first day of school. Miss Cammy Bam Bam, you fell asleep. And this here is what we're working with. Your girl is sweating. So I'm looking extra dewy, but nothing has moved around. Everything is exactly where it needs to be. I feel the same as I did at home. It looks good. I feel like I'm sweating it off, but it doesn't look like I'm sweating it off. Let's see the sides. Sides are looking good. Okay, so maybe, just maybe, this is gonna be amazing on the skin for like really hot days. I'll go ahead and give you guys a whole nother update in a little bit. I still have to go to BJ's and I'm gonna do some editing and stuff. I'm gonna cook and then I'll update you guys. But this is starting to look promising. This is actually starting to look way better than Lady Gaga's on my skin. And this is a skin tint, not even an actual foundation. Mija, we are back. Can we just say, I just finished making pasta with sausage, peppers, garlic, the whole 9. We also ran out to pick up my niece at the bus stop because it started raining. So I've been rained on, i.e. my hair is getting a little curly over here. And even with the rain, it is still hot outside. Like the breeze, it's just hot breeze. It's like the earth's hot breath just keeps hitting us. Let me bring you guys up close. I've got my handy dandy mirror. Let's look close up. Zero settling on the side of my nose, on either side. No settling here, no shifting. I have zero creasing, and sometimes foundation tends to make its way into little fine lines, and that has not happened. Right about now, it's looking fantastic. The one thing I can point out that I'm looking at right now, well, there's 2 things. First of all, I look dewy. I look delicious, and I'm okay with it. However, when you really look close up, which is something that I didn't notice earlier, it shimmers. It has little shimmers. So there's shimmer particles that provide luminosity to the skin. So is this that my skin is oily, or is it the shimmer particles? I wouldn't be able to tell you for sure, but I can definitely see shimmer particles. And you guys know I used a cream blush that has no shimmer in it, and I did not use a highlighter. So I'm glad I didn't use any eyeshadow today, because then I would have had to assume that the shimmers from the eyeshadow could have potentially fell all over the face. There's definitely shimmer particles, but it's not terrible. So let me see. Hold on, wait a minute. It feels fine. It still feels the way it did earlier, just kind of like slightly tacky with the hint of oil. So if I go in blot, I didn't go into powder or anything. I'm just using this with whatever's left on it. So say that I were to go out and I start looking super dewy and I just carry like my little powder puff. Would it look better? Yo no sé, vamos a ver. Hold on. I'm trying to get all the little areas. I'm even going to get my lid just in case, because I don't like it when my lids look greasy. You see, so when I go in, helping my face look a little more on the matte side, but it's also kind of hiding the shimmer particles. So I see shimmer particles here, but then when I go like this here, they kind of disappeared. All right, you guys, I've made my decision. Do I like the Balm's Tinted Moisturizer? Yes. Do I recommend it? Yes. I'm actually very impressed with the formula and its wear. Is it something that's universal that everyone will be able to use? Well, I feel like the shades are limited and I feel like they should expand that. Additionally, I feel like you're gonna have to prep your skin in order to make this work for you. So for instance, I have combination normal skin. So I can usually skip a primer and get away with it. I'll apply a serum or a moisturizer and then go in with my foundation. And my base would normally wear beautifully. As in right now, it looks pretty good. I'm not even mad at her. However, someone with really oily skin, I would probably advise, if you really, really wanna try it, prep your skin really well in advance, use a mattifying primer, and go very lightweight with it if you can. Because those little shimmer particles, as it wears, is going to emphasize your pores, and it's going to emphasize the texture and how oily you actually are. So you really, really, really wanna make sure that you prep your skin prior to. Now, if you're like, no, I don't want to put all that effort into it. I already have foundations and or a tinted moisturizer that I absolutely love. I don't know that I really want to try it with my oily skin. Then I'd say skip it, and that's perfectly fine. I don't think this is something that everyone in the world needs, but I think it's a beautiful option. If you have dry skin, you can get away with this, but I would at least try to apply something that's a little on the hydrating side on the skin, because if you have dry skin and you have dry patches, then the little luminous particles in it are going to emphasize those dry patches, and it's not going to look pretty. So remember, nothing in the world is universal, ever. I don't care who says it, nothing in the world is really universal. What I like to say is products are customizable based on your skin type. No matter what your skin type is, there's always steps you need to take in order to prep the skin. But all in all, I liked it, and for $12, hello, I'm not mad at it. All right, you guys, if you've tried this tinted moisturizer, hop on the comment section and let me know. And if you haven't entered my giveaway, the link to that video with all the details of the giveaway is in the description box. Make sure you go check that out. And if you're new here, I want to invite you to join a little family here on the YouTube by hitting the subscribe button. I upload 6 days out of the week because I want to make sure you have fun, ongoing content at all given times. I'm going to go ahead and recommend 2 videos here on screen I'm hoping you'll consider checking out. And if you do, I will see you guys over there. Bye, guys.